Bechoros Daf Chav Daled. We learned yesterday in the Mishnah, Reb Shimon Gamliel holds that if you buy an animal from a guy, and this animal is nursing a baby, you could assume that the baby is her own, and therefore this animal is patur from Bechor. She already has a baby. The same thing will hold true if you have 10 animals. 5 of them gave birth already before, and this is their second pregnancy. 5 of them never gave birth, and overnight all 10 of them gave birth. You come in the morning, you find 10 animals nursing 10 animals. So you could assume that each mother is with their own baby, and there's no mix-ups here. No one is nursing somebody else's baby, and therefore there's no suffix bechar. According to Chachamim, though, there is a suffix, because sometimes animals do nurse other animals' babies. The halacha is like Reb Shimon Gamliel. The Gemara is mesupik. According to Reb Shimon Gamliel, does he say his svara that an animal never nurses another animal's baby only in a situation where it's its first birth? But perhaps, maybe, if it already gave birth prior, then maybe it does merachim on some other animal's baby and it'll nurse another baby. The difference is, for Bechar there's no difference, because in both situations you're patur from Bechar mimanashach. Either it gave birth before and therefore you're patur from Bechar, or if it never gave birth before, it's its first birth, then this is its offspring and it's patur from Bechar. The question is, by Oisiv Binai, you're not allowed to shech the mother and her offspring the same day. You see a mother and her offspring. Do we know for a fact that just because she's nursing this baby, it's her offspring, and you're chayev on Oisiv Binai, you'll get malchus, or maybe not? The Gemara says a very interesting case. You have a sheep who's nursing a pig. There's 2 options. Perhaps the sheep is nursing someone else's pig, or maybe it's her own offspring. It looks like a pig, but it's really a sheep, like the whole sukkah that we had of Nidma. According to Reb Shimon Gamliel, you patur from Bechar mimanavshach. Either it's her own offspring, and therefore you patur, and if it's not her own offspring, that means, according to Reb Shimon Gamliel, that she gave birth before, and that's why she's able to nurse someone else's. So either way, you patur from Bechar. The question is, can you eat this pig? So the Gemara says it's usher to eat the pig, and we have to wait until Eliyahu Navi comes and answers the suffix, because we have a suffix here. Do we say that an animal has rachmanas on another animal, but maybe only in a situation where it's its own species, but on another species doesn't have rachmanas either? Says the Mishnah, if one is about to shech the bechar and has a lot of hair, you're allowed to pluck the hair out to create space for the knife to go in. Why? Because it says loisagois, and this is not giza, this is klisha. The issue at hand was, because what you want to do is you don't want to do chalada, says Rashi. You don't want to bury the knife. So by moving the hair to the side, you're not burying it. And says the Mishnah, you have to leave the hair in its place. You can't pull the hair out and put it on the side, because then people will think that you're doing giza. And the same thing would apply if you're looking for a mum in the animal, you're allowed to move the hair away. It's not a problem. This that it says in the Mishnah, bekupets, that you do with a cleaver, what the Mishnah means, likupets. For the cleaver, for the knife, for the shechita, that's why you're doing it. But you're not allowed to do it with a tool, you have to do it by hand. The Talmid of Rav Huna asked Rav Huna, is it only because a bechar you're allowed to pull the hair because it says loisagais, and this is not a giza, this is a klisha, but on Yontif this would be asr to do because this is oiker davar migidulai, or perhaps, meaning you're not allowed to uproot something that's growing and it would be asr Yontif, or maybe the reason why you're allowed to pull the hair out from a bechar is because it's a davar she'eino miskabel, meaning anything that you do on Shabbos, let's say you drag a bench and you're creating a groove in the ground, but you don't want the groove in the ground. What you want is the bench to go from point A to point B. You have no intent on you don't care about the groove. So over here also, what you need is some space for the knife. You don't care if the hair comes out or not. But it happens to be, hair came out. So therefore, it's davar she'eino miskabel, it's mutter, and certainly it's mutter on Yontif. So Rav Huna said, from the fact that we say that Rav holds that the halacha is like Rabbi Yosef and Shulam, that you're allowed to do this, you're allowed to pull the hair out, so therefore it's mutter on Yontif as well, and we'll continue the Sugya Be'ez Hashem tomorrow with greater detail. Have a wonderful day.